All right, let's check out the lighting. I think I have too much in front of me, so let me close this curtain. Now it's probably too dark. Let's see. You know what I feel like with this baseball hat on right now? I feel like Nana Mary on Roseanne. Remember how Nana Mary always had a baseball cap on? Oh, let's get that back window. Good morning to you. Remember, you guys, it's only 7:30 here. Oh, I need to get my glasses so I can see who the heck I'm talking to. You guys. Hi, Jill. I haven't seen you in so long. Jerry, Molly, I was thinking about you because I'm just about to do my shika shika and get some energy here. And every day when I do this, I make sure it's on lockdown. Because how many times have we done that and it's not locked down and it just goes everywhere? Now, Nita, you got quite the outfit on today. Well, for starters, this was obviously not planned. I'm going to get my hairs cut today, all of them, and I'm so excited. It's still early here. I don't feel like getting dressed yet. We've had, like the last couple days have been kind of rocky at times, but like really good at times. And I needed to talk to some friends, and you guys are my friends, so that's why this is what's going on. That's why I look so lovely. So let's see who came in. Hi, Lori. Hi, Jimmy. Maul. Jill. My husband retired from his job. Good morning, Susan. Totally unexpected. Actually, I pulled up my iPad and I was just going to blather a little bit on Instagram. And then I thought, why not get on here live and let somebody talk back to you? Because again, sometimes we have to reevaluate how we're handling what's going on. And yesterday was a day it started off so great. There is no rhyme or reason to this video except for I want to check on your mental health and talk about my mental health in order to save it. I loved Nana Mary too. She was funny as Samantha. That's what's on tonight. And I have my name on my hat in case, I don't know, somebody finds me in an alley or something, they can have a clue as to who I am. So let me just give you an idea of because I can, because Oliver hasn't started school yet. He's in his room playing on his game. Yesterday morning, man, he sets his alarm clock for 5. It's going to be about Oliver for a minute because it's my mental health and that involves my boy. He sets his alarm clock for 5 because he likes to get up and play on his PlayStation before school. And why not? Right? If he wanted to go ride his bike, I'd let him do that. And he had 3 waffles and 3 pieces of bacon. And then after school, which was at 10:30, he had 3 eggs. And he just kept saying all morning, you know, Nana, he says, this is just a really good day. I feel really good. And I'm so love that about him, that he expresses his emotions, because I think that's very important for one's mental health. And when you got it going against you from your genetics to start with, you got to do that stuff, right? Everybody take a drink. So we're having a really good day. And then after school, he says, I'm going to do my homework, and then I'm going to go over and ride my bike in the school parking lot with Jacob. Okay, Nana, it's a great day. I said, Bubba, I'm so glad it's a great day, because we need our great days. He hit number 4 on his homework and just went into a tizzy because he's having trouble with his math. And I can't help him with his math because I was never any good at math. I took him aside and I did the old Nana thing. I said, take a break. Just take a break. Come back to your homework later. Go ride your bike with Jacob. He did. He came back. I made a great roast for dinner. I made the big, great dinner we even had croissants and roast and mashed potatoes and what veggies? Oh, broccoli and cheese. Well, I have a surprise for him, and I told him, I have a surprise for you, but I haven't told him what it is because that would mean it wasn't a surprise anymore, right? But we're going to take him and his friend. They have this thing down in Topanga. You guys might have heard of Topanga at the Topanga Mall. It's a winter wonderland that you drive through and you see all the lights. And it's something fun for him for early birthday, Christmas. It's a wackadoodle effing year. So he wouldn't eat his broccoli. And he jumped, but yeah, he wanted another croissant. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. Okay, so he jumped up and he whizzed past me and his dad and grandpa, and he goes to the plate of croissants and he stuffs one in his mouth and eats it. Well, he got in trouble times 3. That was the end of our good night. Tears, chaos. I was who was I? Oh, I was talking with Sophie at Sophie Marie D. And like we're in the middle of this conversation because I had already eaten. I'm like, oh, gotta go. Oliver's, I should message her and let her know everything's okay. But the point being is that I have to, when it comes to disciplining him during this time, I need to think about it before I act on it immediately. Because it's a hard time for him. It's a hard time for these littles that are just stuck at home. All of them, every single one of them. You have the ones that have siblings, and maybe some of them like playing with their siblings. He has nobody. He's here with adults all the time. And it's just, as time goes on, it's getting harder and harder for me, and it's getting harder for him. And I just have to pump the brakes a little bit, I think, or something. So that led me to believe, if I'm feeling like this, if I'm feeling like, wow, it's these times that are never ending, how are all my buddies out there in YouTube land feeling? And let's turn it on and find out. And now I'm going to scroll and see who's here. He wrote me a letter last night. I'm sorry, Nana. I'm sorry. I thought I was being funny by eating the croissant. I have letters, stacks and stacks of letters from my boy. Because when something goes wrong, he always writes me a letter, which I think is very cathartic. And I think it's very smart for a 10, almost 11-year-old. I can't believe he's going to be 11. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Lori says, I have just a little time before I leave with hubby. Caught me live with nothing. Hi, Tina. Oh, so good to see you. Yeah, I don't think anybody's really been on the grid. Or, you know what I mean? I mean, there is. There's a lot. I'm not. It's like I wake up in the morning. Here's how my brain works. I wake up and it's like, okay, it's time to get up and do what? And I had a hard time sleeping last night after the thing with him. I was just like really nervous and anxious all night. Susan says, do you go to in-person W workshops at all? Yes, I do. But I also go to virtual. I went to one on Monday and I'm going to go to another one tomorrow. And I'm hoping Miss Amy, my redheaded nurse, is going to join me. I think she's going to. Let's see. Hi, Cheryl. So yeah, that's it. I'm doing my Weight Watchers. I'm counting my points. But I haven't been getting outside because I am so anxious. And that's all on me. That's all on me. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do about Thanksgiving, because since the numbers are spiking, and I don't even want to get into all that because it's just depressing. I was watching some of my favorite YouTubers this morning, and it kept coming up, and I noticed that every time the subject came up, they were talking about our governor and different things. I just wanted to exit. It's like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Jill says, I'm going crazy staying at home, but I walk a lot. Up to 12,000. How are you doing that, Jill? What's your secret? You share. You know what I could do is I'm going to get my hair cut, but I'm going to have to leave him here. I could walk, but I'm not going to. Samantha says my 5-year-old is an only child, and she has been watching a totally unacceptable amount of TV, but it's cold here in Philadelphia, and I really do not care about it. Samantha, I am with you, friend. I am with you. It's like, what do we expect them to do? Oliver's thing, and it's kind of frustrating in a funny way, is he doesn't like watching TV. It's like I try to get him to watch TV so that he's not playing his games all the time. But then I came to the realization that he's okay with his games because he doesn't play shoot 'em, kill 'em games. If those were the games he wanted to play, I would have an issue. But he's just playing like a Mario and stuff. And him and his friends, they go to school, they Zoom school, and then they stay on and they reconvene in a different Zoom classroom, and then they all get on their PlayStations and they have their headsets. And so, you know what? Have at it, kids. Just walk when I get bored. We got 100. Oh, so you're going outside. Why did I think that you were doing it inside? Because my brain isn't working yet. Yeah, and you know what? I'm watching a little of this and a little of that. I'm watching Netflix. As you guys know, I'm watching all the old movies. I'm not watching that much YouTube. I'm not watching any Weight Watching YouTube. Just not interested in Weight Watching YouTube right now, which is why I haven't put out any Weight Watching YouTube because I don't know how to explain it. I don't feel like it's the be-all, end-all of what people need to hear right now. I think like right now, I feel like we just need to talk and connect. I need some connection with someone because I don't have any connection with anybody. Samantha says, I'm guilty of watching a ton of YouTube. We've been watching all the holiday movies I can think of too. Yeah. Jill has a treadmill. Well, the thing about YouTube is that the thing about YouTube and that I have to keep in mind is we don't have to watch YouTubers. There's lots of stuff on YouTube that isn't YouTubers. Does that make sense? We can find movies, all different stuff, but I should pick up a book more often, definitely, but I don't know. We've got to do what we can do to keep our sanity is the only way I can look at it right now. I was thinking about maybe trying to do some more cooking, maybe pull out a cookbook, take my time. I figured out my problem in the kitchen is I don't have patience. I do everything fast. My first jobs in my life were jobs that I had to do fast. I was waitressing and I worked in another restaurant. And cooking, you can't always necessarily do fast, and I just need to slow down and put on some tunes and, but I don't know. I should be doing something. I can't wait to get my haircut, though. It's just horrible. Horrible. Let's see. Let me go back here. And Samantha, also, I want to say I feel sorry for the only children. Even though I have, every time I say that, he's handling this like a pro. This kid handles it like a pro. Like I said, he sets his alarm clock for 5 o'clock in the morning, and he runs his day, and I make sure he eats well. Other than that, he could, if he was the last kid on earth, he'd probably handle it really well. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Trying to figure out Thanksgiving, because as you guys know, we're going to downtown Disney. We have reservations. Just Steve and myself. And now everybody's like, don't go anywhere. So it's like, I'm so nervous about it. I don't know if we should cancel or not. Just, make something here or order pizza. But I want to go. I already ordered my ears and everything. Let me see what I missed here. Cheryl, haven't seen you in a long time. Let's see. Okay, I think I got you guys all covered. So what else? Does anybody have anything that they need to talk about or just need some company? And it doesn't have to be, definitely doesn't have to be about Weight Watchers. But about Weight Watchers, like I started to say, everything's tracked. It's kind of annoying that I have to track everything. Like the other day, I was just going to try to just have a day, and I can't. I have to track everything. I could stand to use a little more water, but I keep filling it up. The problem I've been having, you guys, is I have no appetite. Like yesterday, I had no appetite. I was so under on my points, and that's just as bad as overeating. Brenda says, I'm staying at home by myself at Thanksgiving by choice, going to cook meatloaf, hash brown, casserole for myself. Sounds good, Brenda. If it's a meal that you enjoy, why not? Oh, and pumpkin pie, of course. Hi, Claire. Good morning, good morning. something on my nose. We've never been, since my folks moved to San Diego, because my mom always hosted Thanksgiving. We haven't really had big Thanksgivings because I'm not going to cook it. There was a time when my best friend is a guy, and he would come over, and him and Steve we'd get like the meal from Vaughn's, you know, and the two of them would do it. And that was fun. That was a good time. Sometimes my son, when he still lived here, before he moved to Oregon, he'd come and join us. But yeah, since my mom, it's just never been that big of a thing for us. Our holidays are different. My family's different than normal families. Christmas, Oliver's dad spends the night here with us, Christmas Eve, and we do whatever that night. We have a meal of whatever we choose to have. And we take our pictures in our jammies, me and my 3 boys, and we get up and Santa comes here, and then Casey and Oliver go to Casey's mom's house. Thanksgiving was not a huge holiday for us growing up either. Well, it was growing up, Brenda, for us. It was always a different fiasco every year due to one unhealthy person in my family who, you know what? Let me touch on this for a minute. For my regular viewers, for you guys, for my regular friends who hang out, if you see some disparaging remarks on any of my videos, it is somebody in my family who is unhealthy and has decided to stalk me and say horrible things about me, thinking that it's going to make a difference to you guys. When I'm pretty rest assured that it's not going to make a difference. And it has been reported, and multiple fake profiles have been made. So if you see anything like that, not to worry. We know who it is, and it's a drag to wake up to that stuff, knowing, you know, that this person has nothing better to do than try to make me look bad. Cheryl says, I gave my son a choice between turkey and meatloaf. That was what he chose. Oh, so you're having meatloaf too, huh, Cheryl? I made meatloaf last week. It's pretty good. It's always different. Steve says, how come your meatloaf never tastes the same? I said, well, I don't know. Sometimes I throw in a little this, sometimes a little that, and whatnot. So that's that. Good morning, Cindy. How are you? Is anybody else out here with me? It's 7:45. I need to wash my hair and have, you know, she's got to do it outside and it's a little nippy. I'm headed to the store later today, then won't go back into a store until after Thanksgiving. That's wise. That's probably not a bad idea. It does, Jimmy, doesn't it? And I'm all for eating whatever you want for breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person. Don't love breakfast. So sometimes I'll have chicken Alfredo at 9 a.m. And that's, I'm trying to think of what else. Just trying to keep my mind. Lori says it will only be me and Ralph this year instead of lots of family. We got a 21-pound Tom. Oh my gosh. I don't mind having low-key holidays this year. Our holidays are usually 50 people, and I've never been able to relax before. Samantha, right? I'm going to listen to Alice's Restaurant all day and try not to cook. You know what? You sound, I think we're very similar in our beliefs. You got to listen to Alice's Restaurant, right? Pizza for breakfast, there's nothing like it. When we had big Thanksgivings that weren't just my cousins who I grew up with, like people that I didn't know, maybe Steve's family or something, I always just get so anxious and hide in the corner anyway, so I'm fine just... Yeah, they played a lot here too. Oh, right now, Brenda, just the wreath, because Steve... we got a new Hobby Lobby here, and I know there's a whole lot of hullabaloo about Hobby Lobby that I was not aware of, so nobody needs to tell me. I'm aware of it now. Good Lord Almighty. Anyway, so he wanted to go in there. We have vaulted ceilings, and this wall has always been a pain to decorate. And so we found this nice big humongous wreath, and we said, it's 2020, we're going to put it up now. Do we have anything else out? No, everything else is still autumn. Yeah, no, I haven't brought up the rest of the Christmas stuff yet. So that's something I could be doing. But I got to put away the autumn stuff. I'm going to wait till after Thanksgiving to bring up the Christmas stuff. I should just bring it up slowly and do it slowly, because we have all our ceramic trees. I don't know if you guys remember that we have all the vintage, all the trees that are now back and they're all their age. We have all the old ones. And I'm not going to bring everything up this year, I don't think. So yeah, see, nobody's got anything to talk about. Everybody's doing okay. Sound mind, sound body. Isn't anybody having any trouble like waking up like in the middle of your sleep pattern and just like your mind is just like going everywhere? Am I the only one? I touched on it briefly earlier, but oh my gosh. Hi Esther, I've been looking at your videos of you walking on Facebook. You just look so happy and healthy. You know what? I go down, and this morning at I think it was about 3, boom! I was just awake. I was worried about what happened earlier with Oliver. I was worried about getting my haircut. I was just on a constant. I couldn't subside it. I couldn't even. I tried listening to some tunes that normally will help me like meditate. Man, it was going like crazy. That's actually why I wanted to get on here and see if anybody was around to talk to. I just walked in the door from my walk now. Good for you. I look at you and I say to myself, self, get out there and do what Esther's doing. And I don't do it. I don't know. I'm just no, Samantha, I know I'm not the only one, but I feel like I don't hear anybody talking about it. Why isn't anybody talking about it? I think that's Susan, I wonder if the moon is in retrograde or however they say. Either I sleep for 12 hours straight or I don't sleep at all. And last night was a rough one. It was, for those of you who have kids, oh, Samantha, absolutely. For those of you that have kids, when you have here's what I want to know. When you have something like that happen, like you have a rough evening with your kid and then you're feeling bad, do you ever just want to go in and wake them up in the middle of the night and just hug them and kiss them and tell them how much you love them and how sorry you are for what happened earlier in the evening? When, in all likelihood, when they wake up, they're like, huh? What are you talking about? Let's see. I do too, Samantha. I sleep a lot. Brenda says, I feel great and pretty good most of the day. Then I see a commercial on TV or heart-tugging story on the news and bawl my head off for about 10 minutes. This is every single day. Brenda, yeah, it's just like absolutely, yes. And I hope that you're never giving yourself any grief for doing that, because there are no normal or abnormal reactions these days. It's just like, when it's in the history books, they're going to look back. Here's my thing. I need to get on my soapbox for a minute, because I see nobody on this video, because we've all talked about it already. So many people whining, whining about not being able to be with their families for Thanksgiving. How about the military people? How about the folks that are serving for us overseas who don't get to, 1 year, it's not going to make or break your entire life if you're not able to have a big old, just make it different. Formulate it to what works for you and will make you happy and what they're asking us to do. That's what I'm tired of. The people that are, and if you're one of them, I'm not out to offend anybody. People are saying, taking our freedom away. I don't see it that way. This is something you can do for people that need you to do it. Let's see, Lori says, one thing that's driving me and others in pharmacy and retail, I wished people were a bit nicer to us. We only work there. We don't make the meds. We aren't your insurance that doesn't want to pay. Well, I know, Lori, you know that I know all that. And you're right. And they also expect us to have it ready in 5 seconds. They think we just open a bottle of pills, put the pills in another bottle, slap a label on it, and hand it to them. And that's not the case. You know, I used to work at Lowe's, Susan. I was a lumber cashier. I would never be a manager at Lowe's. Lori says, we don't make the prices. We are putting ourselves out there. Yeah, no, I know. Pharmacy gets a bad rap. But I loved working pharmacy. It was my favorite ever. But people should just be nice. Esther, you haven't seen, it's been a year now since you've seen your kids. Claire. See, there are some advantages, aren't there? I mean, let's face it. Thanksgiving is a group of people, and the chances of you enjoying every single person in that group are not likely. I am overly nice and try to ask everyone that works in retail or at the pharmacy how their day is going. Give them a compliment. I want them to have. Good for you, Brenda. I do too, and I think anybody who has ever worked in customer service does. My pharmacy, of course, I absolutely am, because that's what I did for 20 years when I'm at a restaurant. I don't understand the mentality of people who think they should come first, and why is my stuff not ready before I got here and ordered it? Pharmacy's is a tough one. Samantha says, I don't like being the boss of other people. I don't like being a disciplinarian, but I try not to feel guilty about parenting. I always try to talk everything out so they understand the problem. Beautiful. I think that's beautiful. But you can't worry what other people think. You got to do what's best for you and your child. And that's, my biggest fear with raising this one is I'm raising this one because his mother, obviously I did something wrong with her where she's not able to raise him. And my son's doing okay. It's the fear of ruining, for the lack of words. Okay, Esther, have a great day. Thanks for popping in. I'm sorry we don't have a set subject. I just needed to talk. I haven't been around anybody in ages. Flowers to you too, friend. Hugs. Susan says, I'm working 3 days a week in an office with 40 people. 40 people! We went back to work in July and did well, but now numbers are going up. People not wearing masks. I ride the subway in New York City. I just don't understand. I don't understand either. Samantha says, well, my grandmom raised me because my mom couldn't, but I think I turned out great even though my mom had her own issues. Well, Samantha, what I'm saying is my fear is I feel like I failed as a mother because his mother is unable to raise him, even though she could now, but because she's all better. She's doing really great for those who have asked. And the responsibility is it's hard not to, Cheryl, it's hard. And because we think too much. And then in this time when we have nothing to do but think. We thank them. It is nice when people are positive. Someone told me my hair looked nice. A big smile from me. Oh, thank you. I think they were lying. Stop. Don't think that. Well, that's the thing, Brenda, with the situation. I don't say the word because it's my understanding that YouTube doesn't care for the words, the P word and the C word. So I don't say them because from my understanding, then they won't push your videos out there. She has not, and also she lives like an hour away, but they do FaceTime, they do talk, they play games online. They have a lot of communication. And then she hasn't seen her other 2 children either. So it's just tough times for everybody. But we can do this, you guys. We can do it. Thank you, Cheryl. It's every season of his life is a different challenge, It is in my nature. Samantha, hold on a second. Hey, hang on. Okay. Samantha, you're very sweet. Thank you. Oh, Oh, Susan, you're so welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me and letting me do all the talking. I'm doing all. Anybody who has any subject or anything they want to talk about, I try to reiterate every time that I come on here that it isn't about me, it's about all of us. And to get on there and type, and we'll all talk about whatever needs to be talked about. If anybody wants to talk about Weight Watchers, or Brenda said, oh, I didn't realize she had 2 other children. I watch and listen to you all the time and never realized that. Oh, no, don't be sorry. It's not something that I, throw out there all the time. When she left us, and she was gone for almost 4 years, she had 2 more children. Thank God they're healthy. Benjamin and Tallulah. And they're the most beautiful children. Oliver has met Tallulah. He has not met Benjamin. We have not met. Benjamin was adopted. And so we don't have readily access to him. We will, and it's not a problem. And it was what was the best choice for him at the time. So, but everything's coming around. She's doing beautifully. She has a job at Ralph's. She was going to come up yesterday and help me around here with a few things, but transportation is an issue. So yeah, life is just a crazy thing. You don't know. You just don't know what's ahead. Nobody should ever claim to know what's going to happen, because you just don't. Chelsea was, both my kids went to Christian school. We put down a lot of bucks. You try to do the best you can, and then boom. So it's just like, and she's so smart, and she's so beautiful, and she's just, I'm really proud of her right now. She's doing a really good job. Mine has 2, Brenda. Mine has 2. If you had told me when I was 7 that I was going to marry Steve Johnson, because I didn't know him when I was 7, I would have said, what? So yeah, it's just, but I guess it keeps things interesting. The only thing that I'm not real thrilled about right now is this weight. It really bothers me. It really bothers me. But then I think, I don't know. My mindset isn't into it, even though I'm doing my meetings, even though I'm tracking my food, even though I'm doing most of what I need to do. Yeah, I had to buy a new pair of jeans to wear to Thanksgiving if we do still go. And that's it. That. I just wanted to come on and talk to somebody that was older than 10. It's 8 o'clock. It looks to be pretty nice outside right now. I could be walking, but I decided to get on here and talk to you guys instead. I should message Sophie and tell her that everything's okay, because I kind of just dropped off right in the middle of our conversation. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, she's a Weight Watcher. She's sweet. She's fun. I love her. Sophia Marie D. You guys probably all know who she is. I think we all know who watches the same people. Even though there's been a lot of people popping up that I've never heard about before. It's like I'll be talking to a friend via text or messaging or something, and they'll say blah 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 somebody, and I'm like, who are you talking about? And they're like, you don't know? And I'm like, no, but again, it's because I haven't been watching. Samantha said, I decided 2020 I was going to lose 50 pounds, and I only have 70 more to go. I love it. Where do you live, Samantha? Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what I'm doing. It's like I'm being overcritical of myself because I don't like the way I look. I don't Philadelphia, and I don't like the way I feel in my back. What was I doing? I had to stand. Oh, I was doing the dishes. I was doing the gosh darn dishes, and oh, there's Liz. And my back started to hurt, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. We've got to get this weight off. But I have to get in gear, and I'm just not in gear right now. Excuse me. That's so funny. Oh gosh. I'll tell you what, for you guys that are working with the masks on, kudos to you. I don't know how you do it. I can barely go to the store with the mask on. I get so claustrophobic. I wonder what the weather is here. Oh, my phone's going to die. What's the weather in Simi Valley? 54 degrees. All right, well, let's see. Very claustrophobic with the mask on. Mine's heavy, too. There's lighter ones that could be worn, but I like my cute one, my little retro one. So I guess that's it. You guys are all doing okay. Lucinda. Hello, Lucinda. You need to lose about 50 pounds. Are you doing WW? Have you joined yet? Give us your story, Morning Glory. Most of us here are Weight Watchers or have been, but that's how we all know each other. You are. What? Do you mind if I ask what plan you're doing and how you like it? Oh, I would love some rain, Claire. Very good, Lori. That's awesome. I think since you're working and you have more, a routine and more normalcy than us who are just staying at home, I think that helps greatly. If Oliver was in school and I had my routine, it would be a whole different story. I miss the whole walking him to school and continuing walking after taking him to school and talking to the people at the school. You know, everything's just... Also, right now, this minute, I'm doing green. I keep bouncing between green and purple depending on, like, if Steve wants to have something special for dinner. I'll be on a mountain from Colville, Washington. But what plan are you doing, Lucinda? Are you doing blue, purple, green? I wouldn't mind being on a mountain. Want to say hi? Hi. Uh-oh. Something wrong?
Okay, so this is corrected work, right? Throw away?
I didn't throw any work away.
No, this is all corrected, and I threw it away because it was corrected, right? And I think I accidentally threw away actual work with it.
Here, let me have a couple papers. Let me help you look.
No, I didn't. It's all correct. Oh, no, there it is. Oh.
Did you get anything on it? Here, let me see if I can get it off for you.
How are you going to get it off?
Oh, it's not bad. Just this one little thing right here. Want to say good morning?
Good morning. I got to head back into class.
Class doesn't start till... you're okay. Go to class. All right. Blue, okay. Surgical masks at my office 8 hours a day. I order them off Amazon. Very breathable and comfortable. Awesome. So Lucinda, you're the same age as Lori. We're all the same age, except for Samantha. She's younger. Well, I should probably go get in the shower and wash my hair and get ready for my big cut, even though it's not for 2 hours. I'm just so spent. I lost 50 pounds in WW years ago, but I've gained it all back plus 20. I'm just trying to take it easy because being hard on myself just makes it worse. I track bites right now. Very good. And, you know, that's a good frame of mind. You need to come around and remind me of that every now and then, if you wouldn't mind. Are you on Instagram, Samantha? And if you are you following me? If you are and you're not, then come over. Same name. It sounds like you and I really have the same mindset. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think we think alike. What was I going to say? Yeah, I just have to remember, here's the thing. Okay. I really, really looked and felt great when I dropped all my weight. I was very pleased with myself. And I never in a million years dreamed that I would put it back on. And I know I should never have thought that way, because never say never, for one. But I do blame these times. For me, personally, like I said, I don't have my routine. And it's a problem. And I look at my Molly Bell over there. You know, I watch my close friends. So I say I don't watch any WW. I don't watch anybody that I'm not friends with. You know what I mean? And she's exercising, and her and Peyton are doing their thing, and she's working. And again, I think that you guys who are working, even if you're working from home, you have that advantage of having a routine. I think routine is everything. I have no routine right now. You know, if I'm sitting watching Below Deck at 10 o'clock in the morning and they're sitting on the ship drinking Bloody Marys, well, by gosh, by golly, I want a Bloody Mary. I mean, I'm kidding, but you know, it's like, why not? I don't have to be accountable for anything. I don't have to go anywhere. And I don't like it. I do not like it. Imagine where you might be right now if you never focused on your health. Wherever you are might be better. Oh, I know. I know. Oh, yeah, yesterday on Below Deck, it was morning, and she was getting, would you like some orange juice? Would you like a Bloody Mary? I'm like, oh, I can have a Bloody Mary. You're smart. You're very smart. I haven't been. You know, Lucinda, a lot of us during this time have gone just online. But let me tell you something that I found that a lot of people don't know. Did you know that if you're online, you can still sign into virtual meetings? Let me know if you guys knew that. You guys need to let me know. I'm curious if you are an online patron only, you can still sign in to virtual meetings. So yeah, my virtual meeting is on Saturday, and then if I want to go to the public meeting, my virtual meeting is on Friday, and then the meeting at the workshop is on Saturday. I did that too last when I was going to a meeting. Okay, yeah, I'm caught up with you guys. There's 20 of us here, and only 3 of us are talking. Who's sitting back there washing their dishes or giving their dog a bath? Susan says, I changed my why to staying healthy. I don't know if that helps. I'm going to be 67 next month, and I know good food will help me keep my immune system strong. Absolutely. That's the best why there should be. You haven't tried the meeting lately, Jill? You should hop on and just look and see when there is one and just click on it. You don't even have to turn on your sound or your camera. You don't have to interact. You can just listen if you like. In fact, at our virtual meeting Monday, I popped in because I wanted to hear about the additions to the app. For those of you guys who are not familiar with the additions that they have added to the app, I suggest that you do go to virtual meeting and get caught up on it. I could do a video on it if I wanted to, but I'm not really good at explaining things. But they have added some interesting, fun stuff. Oh, I just found, there was a picture of Tallulah just came up I was going to show you. Oh, this is when she was a baby, though. She's grown. Look at that face, will ya? Doesn't she look just like Oliver? So that was a year ago. I know, she's just, and Benjamin looks, the 3 of them are just, yeah, she does. They have the same eyes. Oh my, all these precious grandbabies. And anyways, back to that. If you want to find out about the app, they've added some interesting stuff. So you should check into a meeting. Lori says, help on Amazon. How do you have the cart not show on the side? Don't want hubby to see the cart. Well, for starters, I don't know. Thankfully, I have a husband that doesn't go online. Um, I'm looking. I was gonna bring up my app and try to mention a couple of them, but my phone's gonna die in like 2 seconditos. One of the things they have is like, let's say you only have uh, a pumpkin, a pear, and a glass of milk in your refrigerator. You can type it in, and they'll bring up recipes that may help you out. I don't get the card on the side either. I never have. I have to click on it. What are you buying? Little retail therapy never hurt anybody, right? I'm hoping that I got 2 sets of Thanksgiving ears for Downtown Disney for Thanksgiving. One came, I showed you guys. I'm waiting for the other ones. I don't know when they're going to be here. They're really cute, though. Yeah, I like that. What's in your fridge? That's what it's called, Jill. And then what else do they have? Let's see here. Is anybody even interested? Because if they're not, then I won't waste your time. They have a thing for activity. They have a thing for sleep. They have a weekly check-in. Also, this I found really interesting is going by things that you've eaten in the past. They suggest recipes for you. Like, you guys all know I'm an overnight oat freak. Well, they've suggested they have all these overnight oat recipes that have come up for me to check out. What else? They have daily workout meditations, habit change that you can listen to. Oh, they're called new 5-minute coaching, things you can check into, put your earbuds in, check them out. I think I'll check that out. You know what? I should have checked that out when I was dying from anxiety this morning. Oh my God, you guys, it was like horrid. And there's other stuff. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But if you check into a virtual workshop, how old is, she just turned 37. I do too, Lucinda. I love, love, love them. Okay, Lori got it figured out. Oh, there you go. Susan said, I thought it was so funny how so many people got so twisted about WW changing. It was just an update to the app. You can use it or not. Plans didn't change. Susan! Me too! Brenda, I know. Those guys are getting a workout, aren't they? It's just like, you know what, I'm not a big change. I don't like change, but all they did was add a few things. I think they were smart enough to realize that without the meetings and during this time, they didn't want to confuse too many folks. And it was very simple. You just need to go to a virtual meeting. They'll tell you what it is, or go to the chat line. There's a million different ways. I'm trying to think of, I'm sure Sandy on Saturday, when she tells us her check-in, she'll probably go over all the new stuff on the app, if I know Sandy. So you can count on her for that. I haven't watched anybody else, so I don't know if anybody else has done it. In fact, speaking of overnight oats, I need to eat some before I get in the shower and fuel my body, even if I don't feel like eating. I want to thank you guys for coming and letting me have somewhere to chat, people to talk to, so I don't feel like I'm the last person on earth. Have a great day, Lori. Check it out, Jill. There's some cool stuff on there. Absolutely, Brenda. I always feel better when I get on here and talk to you guys. But I'm feeling a little queasy because I haven't eaten anything and I haven't been up for too long, so I should get off and have my oats. But I do feel better, and thank you. Thank you guys so much. And again, remember, if anybody needs to talk about anything, just because I am bringing up the screen doesn't mean it's all about me. It's about all of us. Samantha, you're a sweetheart. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for hanging out, ladies. And Jimmy, if you're still back there somewhere. Did you see over at Diva in the Divine the other day, Brianna is younger? Yes. Yeah, I pop in. I know Brianna from a group text, a group message with YouTubers. Just a few of us are in when we just need to talk about stuff. And I'm the oldest one in there. But I just pop in sometimes just to go over and say hello. Oh my gosh, Susan, I'm so going to feel like a new woman. So going to feel like a new woman. Even though it's going to be interesting to see how it looks with my fat face as opposed to my thin face. All right, girls, have a good day. Thank you for always being here for me. I love you guys to death. And again, if you're not over on Instagram, come over. I just sit there and yammer on about nothing. Sometimes something, I don't know. I appreciate you all greatly for letting me come in here. Ah, Susan, you're prejudiced, girlfriend. All right, kids, I'm going to go eat some overnight oats, and then I'll come on Instagram later and show you my new looks. Love you guys.